You know what? I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. The show goes on. They're gonna need a wrecking ball to take me out of here.
What's up, guys? Spenny. I would argue that one of the worst elements of Trump's first term was that he would read a lot of the New York Times, Washington Post, Wall Street Journal, that President Trump would watch CNN and other corporate media channels so they could manipulate him and they'd influence him. And that would mean that good people would get fired when the press would decide to attack them. General Flynn's a good example of this. And Donald Trump lost some good people and some really strong allies because the media decided to do a savage attack on some of the best people around Trump. And one of the best elements of Trump's second term is that he doesn't do this anymore. He's realized this game and this con. And so in spite of some really ruthless, vicious lies that have been printed and smeared people like Pete Hegseth's a great example of this, Trump is stuck with. Stephen Miller is a great example. I mean, how hard did they go after Elon Musk and Stephen Miller and Pete Hegseth? And they've tried so hard to break Trump away from his core of power, people that had his back. And they're trying it now with Border Patrol because they're terrified what's about to happen to the nation when we don't count criminal aliens, when we deport 20 million criminal aliens. And it's going to be a real problem for the Democrat Party. They're going to have a real numbers game. It's going to make it impossible for Democrats to win an election nationally. It's just a matter of fact. You can go look at what the census is going to do to the electoral map. Anyway, so they're going all in on trying to rip apart this industrial level deportation machine that is scaling up. Greg Bovino loses his job. Did they finally get their scalp from President Trump? Did President Trump finally relent and fire Greg Bovino? We happen to be big fans of Greg Bovino. Greg Bovino is the dude who appears in this kick-ass Border Patrol jacket. He's in charge of the Border Patrol. He's the man who marched directly into the mob in Minneapolis, ordering protesters to leave the premises. Guy's got guts, man. Guy's got some major balls, and look at this. Is one of these guys who just doesn't give two F's. He's here to do his job. I've gone on some of these ICE raids. I've seen Bevino protecting his men and being part of these kind of shows of force, I guess you could call it. Greg Bovino is a dude who actually... Ooh, that is loud. This is Greg Bovino throwing gas canisters at the protesters who were attacking them. This is Greg Bovino literally gassing protesters. Okay, so you want to talk about a leader who's willing to fight in the trenches with you. This is what you're talking about. And so the media would love nothing more than to psyop President Trump into firing one of his best men. The Border Patrol chief has been ousted, said these reports. And they also said that Kristi, Noem, Corey Lewandowski, who were biggest backers of Greg Bovino, are also at risk of losing their jobs, two people told me. So I said, Trump is ready to fire them all. There you go. Now we're going to replace these guys with Ilhan Omar, right, or whatever. Again, Greg Bovino, a legend. He's the guy who rounded up illegals outside of a Gavin Newsom press conference. Gavin Newsom was inside trying to give a weepy speech, and Greg Bovino was outside arresting illegals. So anyway, just a total legend. So this was the report. There is no longer a commander at large of the Border Patrol. The position has been eliminated. This is ridiculous. According to us, we called DHS. We called our contacts there. We have immaculate contacts at DHS. And they told us that there was a major personnel change and that Greg Bovino was effectively demoted, back to California to be in charge of deportations in California. Still a good position for him, but a major demotion. And they expected Greg Bovino to effectively resign because of this. This decision was made by one of Tom Homan's deputies. And they were very upset at how things had gone on in Minneapolis. And that's not up to me. to say whether it's perfect or not. I think a lot of this stuff by nature is imperfect. If you're going to try and deport 10 million, 20 million people, it's going to be messy. Anyway, that mess was too much for them to bear, and they got rid of Greg Bovino. And there's probably a ton of other syntax there and a ton of other backstory, but that's what I was told. I was told that Greg Bovino was relieved of duty by somebody lower in the chain, and it was like on the Tom Homan team. There's no hate at Tom Homan. I like Tom Homan. I like Greg Bovino. I think they're both doing great jobs. But when you get big personalities at play, think Trump and Elon, you're going to get some frictions, and maybe that's what happened. A DHS secretary said Chief Bevino was not relieved of duties. Press secretary said at the White House podium, he's part of the president's team and a great American. This is Bevino's handle right here. So what exactly happened? Well, according to my sources, Trump stepped in and saved him. According to my sources, Trump heard that Greg Bovino, who he likes very much, had gotten, canned. And Trump said, the hell, I'm the president, to hell with this. No, you're not getting canned. We're going to work these things out. And that's what happened behind the scene. I told you to remain calm. Bovino will be fine. He is the target, and they need to get him off the street. Bevino has brought in a cleanup, the worst of its mission. Missions change. Let Homan do his job. People are saying, I stand with Greg Bovino. Trump saved Bevino. I'm not sure he needed saving. I think Greg Bovino has done an incredible job. And has, again, immaculate aura. I mean, come on. Bring it back to the trench coat. Bevino went into Minnesota's commie hellscape and performed well. 0 right-wing keyboard warriors whining now. Could have done any better. Bovino's a patriot. If not perfect, patriots rarely are. Real ones fight. Cowards nitpick. So Donald Trump said he's sending in Tom Homan. That's fine. Donald Trump made this what seems like a concession to Tim Walz. In return, Tim Walz, this is the art of the deal, Tim Walz began enforcing the law and using Minnesota State Police resources to put down all of the violent protests last night. That's good. You can't fight. You cannot win the greater battle if blood is running through the streets and your entire landscape is a battlefield chaos. You can't do it. You can't do it. Trump can't win a PR war. He can't win the deportation war. He can't win anything if everything is on fire. And so, bringing calm and order to Minneapolis is a good thing. Obviously, prosecuting all the left-wing terrorists is also a good thing. Now, Caroline Leavitt said at the White House yesterday, Mr. Bevino is a wonderful man. He's a great professional. He's very much going to continue to lead the Border Patrol. This must have taken the White House, by surprise that then he got fired right after this, because it does seem like something that makes Caroline Leavitt look like something was happening behind her back, right? The White House says Bevino will remain in national leadership role. Federal authorities reshuffle immigration enforcement. Bevino was promoted. Pay attention, not demoted. There we go. This is confirmed reporting from Nick Sotor. I have confirmed this myself. Following our report, President Trump has personally stepped in and saved Greg Bovino's role at the Border Patrol. My sources tell me Kristi Noem fully backs this decision. Thank you, 80 million Americans voted for mass deportations. We have your back wholeheartedly.
Jacqueline Nungare. Numbers, but your numbers, Jacqueline Nungare, well, actually, we never hear about her. This is a number, and it's called all of them.
How many should be deported?
This is a number, and it's called all of them.
This is why we like him.
You bet. All of them. We're not going to allow criminal, illegal aliens to walk the streets.
You wonder why the left wants to take him out. President Trump also asked if he's going to fire Kristi Noem today. Trump got angry, actually, at this question.
Kristi Noem going to step down?
No. Trump's just moving along. Is Kristi Noem going to step down? Trump says, no. What are you talking about?
Now we have a border where no one is coming through. They come into our country only legally. So you have to remember those things. People forget as soon as you accomplish something, it goes into history, and nobody ever wants to talk about it. We had a border that caused all of this problem. Biden caused, and the Democrats caused this problem. They allowed tens of millions of people to come in. Many of them were murderers. Many were drug dealers, drug addicts, people from mental institutions. They allowed these people to violate our country, to come into our country. And that's what we're talking about. So if you remember, we had a horrible border, the worst border we've ever had, ever in history. People were flowing through by, we think, 25 million people, not to mention drugs and everything.
Trump very proud of the job that Kristi Noem's done, saying Kristi Noem put a stop to all of this. And yeah, I mean, I really do hope he does go back to California. Here's Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom celebrating that Greg Bovino has been removed from his role. Turns out that was fake news, nonetheless. He will most likely go back to California and deport more illegals. Careful what you wish for, Gavin. And here's Greg Bovino posting already, again, from his account. There was a report that he had had his account taken away from him. I think that did happen for a moment. Now here he is back. Convicted sexual predator arrested. After serving prison, he was removed from the U.S. Despite having broken our laws multiple times, he snuck back in, finding and arresting criminal aliens. This is what we were deployed to do around the country. Let's make sure that we repost that. Very good. Nick Sotor had excellent reporting on all of this, and his reporting is correct. President Trump stepped in and saved his Border Patrol chief. And that's what we like to see. All right, keep the team together. Keep the squad strong. It's Bevino. Like, share, and subscribe. See you.